Guys, anything associated with NFTs has done really good in the first few months, right? Like even the Rose USDT is up by more than 60% from early December, and this kind of steep uptrend is something which is always worrisome. Like, of course, if you are an early investor, then chances are you are hooked onto the craze, and especially in the bull runs, guys, I've seen many people make this mistake over and over again, wherein they become emotionally attached with things. But in reality, guys, what you see on the screen right now is not a bullish pattern. Instead, it is something that is clearly signifying a move towards the downward side. And let me explain exactly as to why you need to be very careful, especially if you're someone who's trying to get in on this asset class right now. Just like I said, guys, on the monthly time frame, this kind of trend might look very reassuring and promising, but in reality, you need to understand that this is a classic double top formation. So, in order to visualize that in a much better way, we need to go to the weekly time frame, and once we do that, this is what you're going to end up, guys. From the previous levels of around 0.44 cents, the price is just heading back for a retest, and there isn't much liquidity about this zone, at least as of right now, guys. So for those of you who don't know, the Oasis network has got tremendous amount of funding, which is like around 160 million recently, and as they're connected with the NFTs, obviously it led to the dramatic rise which we have seen from the past 2 weeks. But you need to know that whenever these kind of resistance zones are being hit, which means it obviously signifies that a major reversal is about to happen. And of course, being a contrary person, guys, I think it is much better to hold respect both the sides of the equation. And I'm not saying that you should ignore risk management or anything, but from the current price point, guys, especially if you are someone who's relying heavily upon probabilities and momentum indicators in particular, then you need to understand that the time to off of this bullish trend is right now. So it doesn't matter what kind of momentum indicator you use. You don't have to be really smart to understand that the trend right now is running on fumes, guys, and especially if you see the peaks of the cycle, guys, such as on the MACD or the RSI indicator, you can clearly understand that the momentum is way too overbought. And since this has been happening on the monthly and the weekly time frame, it means an obvious correction is just around the corner. And when it does unfold, it is going to be really nasty, guys, because the people who will be involved with this specific token are the ones who are much more likely to be over leveraged, and that is quote unquote the retail crowd. So even if you understand the project underneath, then I think it is much better to wait out or at least follow dollar cost averaging so that it puts odds in your favor. And as far as the targets are considered, guys, from the current price of 44 cents, if we were to chart out the current trading range, then it is fluctuating between 24 cents to 44 cents, right? So just by correcting the candle closes, guys, if you observe carefully, I haven't taken the candle peaks because whenever the candle tails are this high, guys, it just means that the liquidity is dry up there. And remember this lesson in particular, just because you see candle tails which are that long, do not draw the support regions around that zone, because you will be trying to overfit the data and that will always backfire. So you need to give ample amount of margin of errors as well, because that is bound to occur. And more importantly, guys, in the world of cryptocurrencies, stop loss is not the way to hedge off the risk. It's just by taking an opposite positions using futures or options. So if you are not doing that, you are either way dead, and it is just a matter of time before you figure that out. So this is the current trading region, and if we were to draw a 50% channel of this zone, guys, then it would put the ideal sell side target to around 32 cents to 30 cents. So this is the 50% mark, which means from the current price action level, we have got ton of room to go. And even if we are not touching any leverage, that would be nearly a 30% decline, and the time horizon keeping the harmonics in play would be around hardly 10 to 12 days, guys. So this is what lies on the scale of probability, and given every parameter out there, there isn't just any more good news related to the Oasis network. And unless something dramatically happens, this is something you need to watch out going forward, because obviously a play which has got a potential returns of 30% is huge. And And even if we combine this kind of setup with very conservative leverage, such as 3 times or 5 times, the profits are going to add up really quickly. So definitely this is a coin that needs to be on your radar, and given how clear the market structure is and the rules are, it just makes the entire decision making process much more effortless. So that is what this is. So just like I said, mark my words, guys, and let us see how things will unfold in the near future. If you need access to trade crypto scanners that provide these kind of signals to you on a daily basis, check out the links in the description section. Subscribe to our channel for all the latest updates. See you on the next one.